Ostrich reads ah, ah, ah like octopus. Oliver Ostrich reads ah, ah, ah. Oliver Ostrich was on the way to the grocery store and suddenly a green and red something bobbed up over a fence at Oliver Ostrich. Surprised, Oliver Ostrich ran down the block as fast as an ostrich can run. Then Oliver Ostrich remembered that Daddy Ostrich and Mommy Ostrich had both told him that there is no such thing as a monster. At the corner, the friendly neighborhood policeman helped Oliver Ostrich cross the street. Oliver Ostrich shopped at the grocery store. Then Officer Oscar said he could walk back past the fence where Oliver Ostrich had seen a green and red something. There was something at the fence, but now it was not there. Officer Oscar told Oliver Ostrich. As Oliver Ostrich got to his own home, the big green and red something came across the sky just above Oliver Ostrich's house. Oh! Oh! Oliver Ostrich screamed as he headed for the front door. Mommy Ostrich met Oliver Ostrich at the front door. Mommy Ostrich laid her wing against her beak and said, "Shh! You must whisper, Oliver Ostrich. Daddy Ostrich has fallen asleep on the couch. Ollie is sleeping in her crib too." "Mommy Ostrich, I must tell you about something." Oliver Ostrich was huffing and puffing from running. Oliver Ostrich tried to whisper, "Something green and red surprised me. Something popped up on my way to the store. It is above our house right now." As Oliver Ostrich told the story, his big eyes were as big as ostrich eggs. That's odd," Mommy Ostrich told Oliver Ostrich. "That's very odd. It isn't a monster." "It isn't a monster, right, Mommy Ostrich?" questioned Oliver Ostrich. "Of course not, Oliver Ostrich," said Mommy Ostrich softly. "The green and red something cannot be a monster. There is no such thing as a monster, my dear little children and ostrich." "I did remember it could not be a monster, Mommy Ostrich," said Oliver Ostrich. But I would feel a lot better if I knew what really it is." "Let's go outside for a moment. Let's look," suggested Mommy Ostrich. "Maybe we can find out just what it really is. Maybe we can find the explanation." Mommy Ostrich grabbed her pretty sweater. Oliver Ostrich and Mommy Ostrich went down the steps together. They looked up and down. They looked from side to side. They looked behind the fence. They looked behind the house. They found nothing green and red. "Well, Oliver Ostrich," said Mommy Ostrich, "there is nothing odd to see out here now. Let's go inside where it is warm. It's already time to fix supper. After supper, perhaps Daddy Ostrich will know what is going on." Mommy Ostrich and Oliver Ostrich tiptoed into the nest. Daddy Ostrich was still snoring on the couch. Oliver Ostrich put his wing over his beak to keep from giggling. Mommy Ostrich's eyes twinkled too. Oliver Ostrich thought Daddy Ostrich's snore sounded like a train. Over on the opposite side of the nest, Ollie Ostrich looked so sweet asleep in her crib. Ollie Ostrich was holding tightly to her favorite blanket. Mommy Ostrich and Oliver Ostrich smiled at each other as they tiptoed past the two sleeping ostriches into the kitchen. Mommy Ostrich spoke softly to Oliver Ostrich. I'm going to make omelets for our supper. Oliver Ostrich, you set the table. I will make the eggs for the omelets. Then we will be ready to eat while they are hot. Oliver Ostrich set a big plate by the big chair at one end of the table. Oliver Ostrich always sat at the head of the table. The place of honor was kept only for Daddy Ostrich, because Daddy Ostrich is honored as the head of the family. Next, Oliver Ostrich put a middle-sized plate by the middle-sized chair at Mommy Ostrich's place. Oliver Ostrich placed his own small plate at his own special stool. Oliver Ostrich's special stool was placed between his parents' chairs so they could help him with his food sometimes. Oliver Ostrich put a small plastic towel on the tray of the